Okay, so I know it's really weird for me to make a video this early after my last one, but I'm just so hyped for this new sweet lore content Riot shared with us recently that I just can't hold back. For anyone interested in lore that hasn't checked out the page that they made explaining the new lore of Pantheon, Leona, and of course Diana, go check that out. Riot writers are geniuses. I get so many chills reading their new stories. Just play some dark fantasy music and read on. Okay, so back to the point of this video. I have a light theory, although it's more of a mix of ideas and speculation since the content revealed to us is limited, but Riot sure knows as hell on how to get me fired up. The stories show you the past of 3 champions revealing their origins, how they lived their lives and how they gained their current position, and of course, how they got their godlike powers, literally. I won't talk to you about the stories, it's way more rewarding for you to read them yourselves. If you haven't read them yet, then I suggest you do. The things I'm about to say ahead contain spoilers, if you care. I'd like to state a few facts that I figured out. First one is in Pantheon's lore. The reason there was nothing up the hill when Atyrus and Pelas arrived, I'm not sure if their names are spelled that way, but anyway, there was nothing there up the hill when they arrived because there were 2 of them, and they were equals. But as soon as Pelas passed away, the heavenly gates were opened for Atyrus, and he was given offer to exchange his existence with Pantheon. Basically what happened is that Atyrus' spirit, or soul, switched places with Pantheon's soul, which took over Atyrus' body in order to protect Targon from what it described as an upcoming great evil. The second fact I'd like to talk about is how the Solari elders accused Diana of blasphemy after she finished her story. Diana's parents were most likely one of the last of the Lunari tribe. The Lunari believed in harmony through the cycle of the moon and the sun. The Solari, however, saw the sun as their ultimate savior, and the moon as a light in which evil bathes in. So this leads me directly to believe that the elders were hiding the truth on how they massacred the Lunari, which is why there was nothing left of them, and why the page Diana found was burned. They didn't want to leave any clues behind. Now for the theories. You see, the new champion coming out from Mount Targon is most likely Aurelion Sol, who most people believe to be a dragon, and the final result of the work done on what was supposed to be Ao Shin. A teaser was released in the PBE, a voice that watches over your match in the Howling Abyss and occasionally comments on it. The impression you would most likely get from this voice is that the owner of the voice is very arrogant, really arrogant. But the arrogance isn't there without a reason. It comes from the huge amount of power he possesses, and he, in this case, is believed to be Aurelion Sol.
Oh look, swords and magic. Turrets. I destroy mountains. Those are bigger, by the way.
His quotes prove that he is definitely not your average being, but most likely something close to a god. Aurelion Sol means something close to Golden Sun, implying that there's a really high chance of him being a sun god, and you know exactly who worships the sun above all else, the Solari. The voice in the Howling Abyss also says a quote that caught my attention.
Oh look, another battle for survival.
This might be understood as another match since he appears in a lot of them, or it might him be talking about the previous battle of survival that he witnessed, perhaps the one where the Lunari were wiped out. Another theory is that when you look at the website with the new lore, you can see 2 other circles for 2 other champions. Now, a lot of people believe that Aurelion Sol will fill the first one, and that Tarek will fill the second one, seeing as how Tarek is getting his update probably before Aurelion Sol is released. And since Tarek is not tied down to any faction for other lore, it's quite easy to alter his origin completely. However, we can't completely agree that Tarek will fill that circle, seeing how Aurelion Sol is connected to the sun, which is worshipped by the Solari. It's only normal to think of another godlike deity that is connected to the moon to join the League of Legends champion roster. And perhaps that deity could take the other spot beside the other four. And the last theory is that in the teaser in which a figure resembling Pantheon is staring at the sky, the stars and beautiful design in the sky is really similar to the one seen in the object that Bard took with him in Bard Mountain. It has been confirmed that said object is an egg, and it seemed that Noxus were trying to get a hold of it. Bard appeared, grabbed the egg, and waltzed out of the scene like a boss.
Like a mouse!
The reason behind Bard taking the egg was to prevent a catastrophe, which a writer confirmed. When a guy said that he would like to crack the said egg open, the writer replied saying that he would book tickets to an alternate dimension, revealing that cracking the egg would cause something so great that it would destroy our universe. All of the information regarding the egg is in Bard's Q&A. You can go and check it out. I think the egg contained Aurelion Sol. It contained his soul. Remember how Pantheon needed a human vessel in order to materialize in the physical realm? Perhaps it wasn't that he couldn't materialize in the physical world, but that he would cause a lot of damage to the universe if an entity such as him arrived in his spirit form. And that is why Bard took the egg away into the heavens, because it's a realm where souls can exist freely, and perhaps now the god found himself a physical vessel and finally arrived in the physical realm. The Comet of Fire at the end of Pantheon's The Spear of Targon story might as well be Aurelion Sol arriving in the physical realm. Remember that Pantheon also arrived from the heavens.
You call that an entrance? Just wait.